Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The one and only Sydney Sweeney joins us. Sydney, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Tom Hanks and Robin Wright in my favorite movie of the year. Guys, thanks so much for joining the show.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
One of my all-time favorites, Vince Vaughn, joins us right now. Vince, thanks, man.
Oh, great to be with you, Brad, and great to be talking to Houston. Good morning to you.
We got Owen Wilson. We got Judy Greer. Thanks for joining the show, guys.
Thank you.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
We got Anna Sawai joining the show. Anna, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Brad.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What looking to talk to me funny, lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Paris Hilton, the infinite icon herself, is on the show. Paris, love the film.
Thank you. I'm so proud of it.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
And joining me right now is a woman who's on the precipice of having the biggest MMA fight in history, and it's going to be streaming on Netflix. She's making a return to the octagon against Gina Carano. She is the one and only Ronda Rousey. Ronda, thank you so much for taking the time. Congrats on the fight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the intro.
Well, you know what? When you said that at the press conference the other day about it could be the biggest MMA fight in history, at first you're ajar and you're like, wait, she's actually right. This could be the biggest MMA fight in history. It's on the largest platform, global audience, first time ever on Netflix. This is the biggest MMA fight in history.
Hell yeah, it is. Yep. that's why humility's doing nobody any favors, man. Like I just gotta you know what I mean? Like you have to call it out for what it is, and being self-effacing is not going to help what our mission is, and that is to enact change in the industry through making this card the biggest success possible.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you and Gina at the top is amazing. Then you have Mike Perry and Nate Diaz, which is an awesome fight. Francis Ngannou's on the card. You're talking about some of the biggest names in the history of the sport, and y'all are the headliners of it. I mean, do you feel like a certain pressure about that, about this being the first one and launching this Netflix MMA partnership?
I mean, yes, there's pressure to it, but I feel like it validifies it. It makes this, like, this fight, it's not a gimmick. It's not like nostalgia bait. Like, this is the biggest fight out there right now. And it's not that somebody approached us with it. It was, me and Gina had an idea, and she put her trust in me, and we went out and made this happen. And now the whole sport is never going to be the same.
It never. And I've seen sometimes, you're right, this is not a nostalgia fight. This, and God bless him. I saw Hoist Gracie and Ken Shamrock years ago in Bellator here in Houston. And, there were guys who, they were just out there to do what they could do. But to me, the draw of this fight, there's so much of it. It's not just, hey, here are two names of the sport. These are two icons of the sport, especially for women's mixed martial arts. You're the biggest star in the history, one of the biggest stars in the history of sport in general. And I'm sure that you're aware of that. And so going into this card, now let me ask you this, though, the fight camp, because you've been away from it for a while. Obviously, and for people who don't know, I mean, wrestling is a whole different kind of training, but still taxing on the body and still physical in its way. But this is different, right? You're back in a fight camp. What has surprised you about this fight camp, and what has also felt like, okay, this is like riding a bike?
Oh, God. I mean, I think how much fun it's been. I'm almost like, it's bittersweet now that it's coming to an end. And I started since I was cleared 6 weeks after giving birth to my youngest daughter. And man, it's been such a great time. And this is just what my body's meant to do. This is when I'm the most healthy. This is what it's been designed to do. I've been an athlete since I was 6 years old, and so being sedentary is actually worse for me. I've never felt healthier and never been better. But I think the most surprising thing is that I'm fighting up in weight, and I'm like 15 pounds lighter than I was before. I'm like lost. Well, like babies, like I can't eat enough protein for my babies. And so like they eat the muscle off my body. So, which is crazy that I look more cut than ever before, but I'm actually 15 pounds of muscle down, and I'm constantly eating as much as I can all of the time to try and just be at 145. And that was like the hugest surprise, because before I was like hanging out at 160 and like training full time and like being like, eating this many ounces of this at this time of day. And I was having so hard getting below 155. And now it's like, I can't eat enough. And at one point I was down to like 130s, and I was like, oh my God, I need to start eating. My husband started like, buying bacon and getting me cold stone at night. Like that's the most surprising part. So I've been having a great time of actually just stuffing my face and training as hard as I can this whole time.
Is like the muscle memory just come right back? Like when you're in there, I mean, again, like you've taken time away. You've done so many things, comic books, you've done movies, you've done pro wrestling. Did it feel like it came like right back, the muscle memory of being a fighter?
My coach, Jesse, my strength and conditioning coach, he was like, your mind just keeps working on things. You don't realize it. Even if you're not putting it in the forefront of your mind, but your mind's still working on it. And what actually led me back into this is my grappling coach now, he asked me to help him get his judo black belt. And so he got me back on the mat, and I started teaching judo, because I always take as an athlete. And I actually had to start explaining my philosophy, explaining my system, explaining all of this. And he was like, oh my God, this is blowing my mind. You're a genius. And I'm like, I know. And this was all just hanging out in there. I just came straight, and then I got to be like, 4 months pregnant at some point, and was like doing suplexes in the garage. And my husband walks in and he's like, babe, you need to calm it down. No more judo, okay? And so that like reignited that joy in me again was teaching and like tapping into that well of knowledge that's in there, and seeing how much I love it and enjoy it, and that actual love of it is there. And everything that I do is like in concepts. It's not like I'm going to do this memorized move and this memorized move. That's why I'm able to invent things that people have never seen before in a fight, because I'm operating from these concepts. So then once I started training again, it was just a matter of getting my body to be able to keep up with my mind again. And I'm finally reached that point where my body is operating as quickly as my mind. And I know this is probably the last point in my life I'll be able to experience that. And so I'm just reveling in it while I can.
Well, I think what's awesome about what you're saying, too, is because you are creative, right? You're not just a judo champion you're a fighter, but you're a creative. I think that what you've been able to do in comics and film and even in wrestling, like that makes you have to innovate and think of things in a creative way. And I can only imagine that skill is somewhat adaptable when you go into the octagon of trying to invent ways to get in and out of what Gina's going to throw at you. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about Muay Thai. She's been very like close to the vest on what she's doing and what she's training, and I'm sure that's intentional, but I'm sure the creativity of what potentially could happen is going in your mind all the time.
Oh, definitely. And that's why I think the fight style that I've cultivated over this time is so deadly, because if you put me in a brand new situation, I'm solving that situation. I'm not just going through what is my prepared game plan or whatever it is. It is every single situation that I end up in. I'm quick problem solving in every single one. And so, I have my inklings of what she'll be doing. She's definitely keeping it very, very close to the vest. But I'm gonna be ready for whatever it is, even if it's something that I never even considered before that she throws at me. I think that my philosophy in martial arts will be able to deal with it in that moment.
Because she's had such a long layoff, right? I mean, 2009, I think, was her last fight. Is game tape even helpful in this regard? Like, do you want to go back and watch her fights, or do you want to kind of just figure out maybe a different path forward?
Oh, I've watched her fight so many times. I love her fight. But I mean, it's also, she hasn't fought in a long time. They're not going to reinvent the wheel for her. They're not going to be like, okay, you're suddenly going to do, something that's completely outside of your wheelhouse, And I think if I was her coach, I would get her back to what she's great at, to make her feel comfortable and confident again, and throw in a couple of things that are related to that but different. And so but you never know, who knows, she could come out and try to drop a single on me.
you don't know, and that's what makes
she
it
shoots a low single, she goes for an armbar. What? I never would have expected that.
You don't know what to expect. That's what makes this fight so interesting and so dynamic. Here's my final question for you. Again, this is the biggest MMA fight in history. The goal is to go out there and get the W, which I'm sure is what you're visualizing. If that happens, is there more? Does Ronda want to go more? Or is this Gina fight the biggest fight in MMA history? Is that when you walk off into the sunset?
I think this Gina fight, biggest fight in MMA history, I walk away in the sunset, but I would also... I would love to find something creatively for me and Gina to do together, because I think there's never been an opportunity like this in martial arts cinema. They have two women that know how to be on camera and two women know how to fight on camera. And I think there's a huge opportunity there. And, we have a lot of chemistry together. And I think that would be kind of like a no-brainer, is to kind of find something for us to do creatively together after this.
I think that would be amazing. And I'm going to tell you,
right?
As a longtime MMA fan, I'd love to see it. You have a fan in me, and I cannot wait for this fight. I have to be there. I have to see the history happen in person. Ronda, I do appreciate your time. Congratulations on everything you got going on.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to the fight. We won't let you down.
I can't wait, Ronda. Thank you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.